Alrighty, folks, let's pop over here and dive into the challenge, shall we? Hello, hello, welcome in everybody. My name is VooDoo Val, and I'm excited to be here for another Express, I almost said Photoshop, Express Daily Creative Challenge. And this has been a fun set so far. We have been branding for a fictional event called MagicCon, going through a lot of interesting use cases and things for you folks, kind of all according to what's new in Adobe Express as far as the October 2024 update. And I'm really pumped. I'm going to pop over here and kind of show you what we're working with. If you folks head over to ta-da! If you head over to helpx.adobe.com/express/what's new, you can check out all of the new features for the October 2024 release, as I mentioned. And this is a really great page to kind of stay up to date on and continue to check back on, because Adobe Express updates pretty often, and not only does this show kind of a list of all of the different things that you can do at any given time in Express as the updates are coming out, but you can also kind of click into them for a little step-by-step tutorial. So if you'd like to get more details on the nitty-gritty things, or check out the FAQ and all that good stuff for any of the what's new features, you can always come here to do that. And what I'm going to be doing today is actually taking a peek at the add tables to designs. This is something that I have been looking forward to for a long time. It's something that I've been making myself manually in Express for a long time. And now that we have this capability, I am just absolutely thrilled. So if you check the description below the video player, you will see there is a link to a template that looks a little something like this. And you can see I've kind of built something out for you already. And this is like a little daily event schedule, event calendar that is blank for MagicCon Thursday through Sunday. And it is editable. You can come in here and take a peek at all of the different cells and things and go through all of the different stuff. I will say though, I have a frame in here, so if you want to edit the template easy, you might need to reorder that in here so that you can come in and start clicking into all of these different cells. Now this is just a starting point for you folks. You have this created template for you if you would like to design something like this and follow along. But we can also come into our pages, which I'm going to do right now, actually, after I snag, I think actually what I'll do is I've selected my background here. And I think this is just like a couple of texture layers, which are definitely Adobe Express elements, so you should also have them visible for you too. And I'm going to hit Control C or Command C if you're working on a Mac, and come over to my pages and make a new page and drop it in there. Another thing that you can do, this is just, you know, a way that I have always worked. It's a way that kind of comes naturally to me. I copied the wrong element, as happens sometimes. I was going to say another way that you could do this, which we'll just go ahead and do, is duplicate page. And then I can come in and remove everything. So if I want to have that version over there, we can also come in from scratch here. And I will just kind of remove things so we can start from more of a blank slate here. So the first thing that I want to do actually is kind of design this a little differently. This one has all of the days together. I think for the new version of it, I might actually want to remove my border, which is something that's present in all of my designs for this round, but I think I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to actually add individual tables. So you'll notice we now have charts and grids in Adobe Express, and you can see there are all kinds of things in here. In fact, we don't have to just do the tables and stuff, you can come in here and you can change the value of a lot of these things. So those of you who are creating infographics for a presentation, people who are creating, let's see, we could do, honestly, let's go ahead and add this. We're gonna go ahead and explore. We're gonna add this. If you're doing a presentation where you have to do, you know, percentages and things like this, you can see this is set to 63%, and I can actually increase and decrease, and it will change that percentage. Absolutely incredible for all of you folks who are needing these sorts of graphics for your infographics. Let's go ahead and do these. Let's go ahead and set our brand colors. And I'm gonna change, I wanna change this to our, yeah, one of these. Let's call this, can we do view all? Let's go ahead and let's look at the gauges. View all gauges. There's a few gauges. I kinda do like this one. So we're gonna put a coolness meter here. This is just general information about Magicon. Let's add some text here. I'm going to say add your text, and we are going to make sure we're working with our brand fonts. So here's our header, our Lombardic. We might even change this, but we're going to call this coolness meter. Because these are the questions that you're asking yourself when deciding whether or not to go to a conference, correct? Obviously. Let's actually make this, do we want this black letter? No, let's make this flare because you can read it a little bit better. And I'm going to actually put this on 2 different lines, and we are going to, I don't want to go to spacing, I want to go to text layouts, yeah, and we want to do dynamic so that it's just all nice and centered. So we'll do a little coolness meter because it's definitely necessary. Let's go ahead and line that up. So we have a coolness meter. Let's come back to our charts and grids. Let's see, let's view all of the charts. Let's do a pie chart. I think it needs a pie chart after we change this to, let's change this to purple. Okay, let's grab ourselves a pie chart. View all pie charts. I'm thinking I want this one that has all of the different items. You can name the items and the values. It's incredible. I think we're gonna group these together. Let's go ahead and group, and I just selected those and held shift. You might recognize that kind of deal from any other Adobe apps you might be using. Very easy to change. Let's put our pie chart up here. We might even make this group just a little bit smaller because we're gonna fill this with all of the different things that we've got going here. We're gonna call this also, I'm just gonna snag one of these. I'm gonna right click this and duplicate this, and I'm gonna drag it. I don't actually think I needed both of these lines. So let's remove, I just want to call this Magicon statistics. And let's make sure that this is centered just for my own peace of mind. I don't know if anybody else does this. I do often. I'm unashamed, and I think that you should be unashamed as well. Sometimes my brain jumps around to different parts of my project when I have a cool idea. This is one of those times. So let's call this statistics. I think that's how you spell statistics. This is a recording, however, and such is the luck of recording and live streaming, is that I often forget how to spell completely once I start doing one of those things. Okay, let's grab our pie chart. We want this to be like the stats of like magical attendance. So we can say, in fact, we'll change this to, we'll change that to sans as well, and then we will duplicate. Can we duplicate that? No, we'll just add new text. Add your text. Yes, we're gonna call this magical attendance. I think that's how you spell attendance. And I'm just going to shrink that right down, and we are going to center that right there. Let's go ahead and make it just a little bit smaller. Or instead of smaller, we can do our text layout as well. Oh yeah, magical attendance. And maybe we'll put it on top so that it doesn't get sandwiched into our coolness meter for this event. Let's go ahead and do like this. That looks good to me. I won't be too precious about the spacing. And let's also change this up. Let's say this one is going to be, we're going to say item number 1 is wizards, not wizards, wizards. We're going to say item number 2 is goblins. We're going to see item number 3 is, we'll say orcs. The nerdness is coming out here. Okay, folks, I'm not playing around. And we're going to say witches are the most in attendance. And you can change the value of these, which is really cool. Maybe there's not, I mean, orcs don't seem like very, they don't seem like they're super sociable people. So maybe there's only 50 orcs coming. So we'll kind of make that little section a little smaller. And then you can change the color for each individual piece here, which is really, really neat. I'm going to change these to my brand colors, of course. Let's change our little orc slice to white, and then I guess we could make the witches our charcoal color. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks cool. Another thing you could do is you could also put like some kind of decal or something underneath this, which might be interesting. It really depends. You can kind of spice this up however you see fit, but we've got our coolness meter. I'm going to bump our group down just a little tiny bit. We've got our magical attendance. We are also going to group this. So there's our magical attendance is there. I think we need something more, however. In fact, welcome to Adobe Live. Watch as I change my mind on how big everything is going to be as we make our way through the challenge. Okay, I think we need something more though. So let's do, I'm thinking, I might not even leave these here because, I mean, honestly, magical attendance could be larger. Yeah, because I feel like you definitely want to see like what kinds of beings are going to be here. We want to make sure you can read everything. We'll put it like that. I want to make sure I'm not grabbing my background and moving it around. In fact, I probably should lock it. Boom. So that it doesn't go anywhere. We'll leave the coolness meter right here. And then let's see what else charts and graphs has for us. Okay, we have line charts. We have progress bars. I think we need a line chart. We're gonna need to show, I'm thinking, let's see. We could do like the magical energy versus how much people are attending, is what we could do. Over the years. So item 1 could be, let's say the 1600s. Let's say this is the, this happens every century, canonically now. MagicCon happens every century, and this is going to be the attendance through the centuries, okay? Okay, versus the magical, the years versus the people, and then this will be, you know, okay, where our magic is hitting. I think that's how this graph works. We're going to find out. We'll say in the 1600s, a total of 50 people showed up. Oh, that's at the top. We don't want to do that at the top. Let's say 500. I might actually have to reverse these. Well, let's say that it's been going downhill since the 1600s. Maybe there were more witches and wizards around long ago, and I am somehow writing a fantasy novel, and then we'll say that witches and wizards, orcs and goblins are actually on the rise now. Let's make this purple. I love it. I wonder though, can we change? I guess we can add new elements. I kind of want to change the color of, what is this? No, we definitely want this to be, let's make this like our dark charcoal. Kind of want to change the color of our background of this, and I don't think that we can, but maybe that's fine. Maybe it doesn't really matter because I could put a decal or something behind this to kind of spice it up and make it fancy. But we have that. There is our version of this. I think we can even change this as we go along. Yeah, we totally can. Look at that. I can actually, I've already inputted this. I wonder if we can change it to a completely new, we sure can. We sure can. We can change it to a completely new graph. Unfortunately, it does look like we have to go in also and change the color, but that's fine. Maybe I like this better. And maybe we will change these because that's way more colorful. I think I like the more colorful version rather than just the lines. I'm not sure if those lines are working for our design very well. So this is perfect. Okay. Good enough for me. Let's go ahead and kind of center this up here. It's going to try to center it to all these different elements I have grouped, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Let's add text and let's call this magical attendance through the centuries. Or we'll just call it through the centuries. Boom. Cool beans. And we're gonna do our text layout as well. Text layouts, dynamic, love it, good enough. Okay, so we have these things. We just have a coolness meter because why not? Another thing that we can do, which is what I did on the first page though, is actually add tables. Maybe we will get rid of our coolness meter for now just so that I can put a table over here. In this area, I'm going to say charts and grids. You can explore all of the different charts and grids. The progress bar honestly would be kind of cool. Maybe just for the heck of it, we'll throw a progress bar here. And then we will also throw in our table. Let's go to tables. Grids, I'm sure you've seen, so you can add different grid layouts of images. That has been there for a while, but we can select different kinds of tables. I kind of prefer this last one or the second one here because I like the customization of it. So let's go ahead and throw this right in here. We can change the size of it if we want. We can drag it down if we want. We can make this like a full grid calendar, and you can see we can add rows and you can drag them up and down and resize according to what is appropriate for your project. And you can come in and alter each individual thing. You can clear content as you start to add content in, which is really, I found pretty helpful. But let's go ahead and change, let's go ahead and change some of these elements. I'm going to say this border is going to be, that works, although let's say fill color, oh, I guess I'm just changing that one border. Let's select all of this. Boom. There we go. Okay. Fill color. Let's change it to pink. Let's change these. I'm just clicking and dragging. Let's change that fill color to like a green. Love it. And then let's also remove a column, because I don't know if I want this to be, if I hit delete, does it do it? No, I do have to go in and say delete column. Let's just do 2 columns for now. Delete column. Cool. And then you can kind of write in here. So I can say, I'm just going to say title, so that we can change things. Let's go ahead and make this Lombardic. Boom. Love it. We will also, I'm just going to copy that. I guess it doesn't matter if I copy it because I'm going to have to change it here. Let's call this title, we'll call it second title, because it doesn't need specifics really. You know, this is just kind of for show, and we'll make this a little larger. I mean, we can do multiple lines here. In fact, I probably, like I did the other one, I kind of tried to find a good size that worked with both, or with all of the different columns, like in this one. So I just chose like a font and a size that would kind of let everything kind of sit in there in the same. So we'll just keep them the same for the sake of keeping everything interesting and cohesive. And then you can come in here and add whatever you want. So I can say, wizard stuff and magical things are interesting and fun. Just, you know, if I had lorem ipsum, that would be great. But I don't. I think actually, yeah, that's fine. So we can come in here and we can write whatever we want. We can change the font for all of those as well. So I can go to Casserole Sans and change that to my body copy if I want. I can change the color of my my information that I'm adding in, and that works for me. So yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff in here, and I am absolutely loving all the different stuff that you can do. No more, folks, will you have to create all of these individual teeny tiny graphics. No more will you have to jump in and try to cobble together this sort of stuff with what is available in the shapes, icons, and elements tab for Adobe Express. You can now have these really beautiful kind of ever revolving and evolving little tools to help you create your infographics and things. And I love it. I think maybe I would spend a little more time making this a more interesting presentation, but you can see where I'm going with it. You can get the gist of all the awesome stuff that you can do. I really hope you have fun with these specifically, because this is probably one of the more mind-blowing things that has changed in Express for me. I know there's been a lot of really, really fabulous updates, but this has just turned into something that was like such a need, I think, truly. Such a need, and the way that all of these different elements have been added in, and how easy it is to create a really nice looking graph or something, when previously I have spent hours and hours making them from scratch in Photoshop or in Illustrator or whatever. This is mind-boggling to me, and I love it. So that is all the time I have for you today, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time for another challenge. This was challenge number 4, and we have 6 challenges in this set. So I hope that you will join me for the next one, and I will see you then. Adios, everyone.